The simulation chamber fell silent. On Cadet Zara Okonkwo's display, numbers flickered that simply shouldn't exist. Her quantum jump calculations revealed a route through the Helix Nebula that would slash travel time by a staggering 73%. According to every established protocol, this was a mathematical impossibility. Commander Riker, the station's legendary pilot and a decorated war hero, strode to her console. His shadow fell across her screen like a judgment. The other cadets in Navigation Theory 401 leaned forward, sensing a confrontation. Cadet Okonkwo Riker's voice was heavy with the authority of 15 years commanding Starship. Would you care to explain why you've just wasted 40 minutes of class time on fantasy mathematics? Zara's fingers trembled above her keyboard. Sir, I found an error in the Helix gravitational constant. When I recalculated using real-time sensor data instead of the archived values, Riker cut her off, his voice sharp, were established by the Navigation Guild 70 years ago. They've guided 10,000 successful jumps. But please, by all means, enlighten us with your superior wisdom. Laughter echoed through the classroom. Zara felt her cheeks burn as Cadet Marcus Chun, Riker's star protege, smirked from the front row. She had poured 3 sleepless nights into these calculations, cross-referencing obscure astrophysics journals, running simulation after simulation. The nebula is contracting, Sir, Zara said, her voice quiet but firm. The gravitational constant has shifted by 0.03% over 7 decades. It seems small, but at quantum scales. Dismissed? Riker said flatly. And I'm recommending you repeat this course next semester, perhaps with more focus on established procedure and less on creative fiction. With shaking hands, Zara gathered her tablet. As she walked past Marcus, he whispered just loud enough for others to hear, "The beautiful mistake strikes again." It was a cruel nickname they'd given her for her unconventional approach to every problem. That night, sleep wouldn't come. Zara ran the calculations again, and again. The math held. She knew it held. 48 hours later, a real-world test began. Commander Riker himself was leading a supply convoy through the Helix Nebula, using the standard, time-tested protocols. Zara was on the junior observation deck when the emergency sirens began to wail. The convoy's quantum jump had miscalculated. They emerged 15,000 kilometers off course, directly in the path of an uncharted asteroid field. Riker's flagship, the Valiant, took critical damage. 2 support vessels were instantly destroyed. In the ensuing chaos, Zara's fingers flew across her personal console. She had minutes, maybe less, to plot a safe escape route before the remaining ships were lost. Using her impossible calculations, she transmitted an emergency vector to the convoy's navigation computer. Cornered and out of options, Riker had no choice. He took the route. The ships jumped. When they reappeared, perfectly positioned at the designated safe coordinates, the station erupted in a mix of confusion and celebration. A terse transmission came from the Valiant's bridge. It was Riker who plotted that exit vector. Through trembling lips, Zara identified herself. The investigation lasted 3 days. Top astrophysicists from across the sector were called in. They verified her work. The Navigation Guild convened an emergency session. Zara's calculations were just correct. They represented the first fundamental revision to quantum jump theory in 70 years. Commander Riker appeared at her quarters unannounced, his expression unreadable. You saved 17 lives. Cadet Okonkwo, including mine. He paused, the weight of his words filling the small room. I was wrong. Dangerously wrong, and I'm sorry. He placed a data chip on her desk. Your navigation footage has been added to the mandatory first-year curriculum, not as a cautionary tale as the standard we should aspire to. Question everything, even decorated commanders who think they know better. As Riker turned to leave, he added, They're calling you the beautiful mistake again, but now they mean something different. Sometimes the most beautiful discoveries look like errors to those too rigid to see the truth. 3 years later, Zara Okonkwo became the youngest person ever appointed to the Navigation Guild. Her photo now hangs in the very simulation chamber where she was once humiliated. Beneath it, a plaque reads, Courage isn't just facing danger. Sometimes it's facing certainty with a better question. And in the archives, That old class footage plays on a loop, a young woman with trembling hands, defending the math that would reshape humanity's journey to the stars, while the best pilot in the fleet told her she was wasting everyone's time. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.